What's up, guys? My name is Jomel,
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
and we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life. This is episode 43. Three?
Yes.
Is that correct? 43?
Yeah, our last one was The Meaning of Life with Steven.
Exactly. And that's Steven from Cyber Time Bite.
That's right.
We'd recommend checking out his podcast. He did a great job as our first official guest on our show. So, hopefully you give him the honor to bring some of you guys.
Give him that good wannabe dick.
Exactly, and just visit his page, visit his show, and even check out the podcast that we did with him last week. So
it's up on the Facebook and on the Twitter.
Yep. How are you, Jarron? How's your week? How's been your Thanksgiving, by the way?
My Thanksgiving was wonderful. I got connected with my I guess we're not blood related family up here, but like they're close enough to might as well be family to my sister.
Okay.
So I got connected with them. So that was really nice. Met a lot of people, ate a lot of good food, almost died.
Of course, every Thanksgiving is always a near-death experience.
I mean, I literally ate so much, like my stomach was hurting, and I was just sitting down, like I'm gonna throw up at some point. Like I felt it. It was like in the back of my throat.
You're about to rupture another appendix if you didn't know to get it surgically removed.
That's fucking right. But my Thanksgiving went pretty well, and then I went to church today.
Oh, really?
First time in a very long time.
Oh, did you
like
confess?
At my leisure, not at like, oh, there's a wedding or there's someone asked me to come. No, I just went at my leisure.
Okay, just give good old God and JC the life update and all that.
That's right.
Well, I'm sure. Oh, I'm glad your Thanksgiving went well. How about Black Friday? Did you go out? Did you even go out on Black Friday or? No.
I did buy some games off Steam.
Was there a sale today?
Two.
Or was there a sale this past weekend?
Yeah, the sale was going on. But yeah, the autumn sale is still going on, people, on Steam till the 27th. So you got 2 more days to buy whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly. Well, at the release of this podcast, you have until the next day.
Oh, right. Yeah. So get on it.
Yeah.
Shitters.
So get your shit together, guys. You gotta buy them games like I did on Black Friday.
I'm also probably going to either most likely buy tomorrow. I'm gonna be pre-ordering Smash for Wii U, even though not Wii U, but for the Switch, even though I don't have a Switch yet. Mainly because I need that.
What? I gotta get the bundle, or I gotta try to get that Switch bundle that comes.
I don't have $300. I don't have a disposable $300 right now.
Damn. Okay.
So I just have to go with what I got.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. That's good. That's good.
But otherwise, how was your Thanksgiving and Black Friday, Jomel?
All right. Well, I've had a very busy weekend. Very busy. I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance, guys, if I don't seem so, chipper and energetic as I normally am on these weekly adventures of ours. But I am just now recovering from a long night of drinking and eating food. So. But
and debauchery.
Exactly. With the backup of it, Thanksgiving was great. Thanksgiving Day, I actually did a pre-game Friendsgiving with Kevin, Jeff, and all. Oh, Kevin wasn't here, so Jeff and Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun. Like we made all the food together. We ate, and we all took a nap, like an hour nap.
Did you cuddle?
No, unfortunately, no. We didn't. There was enough room on the couch for that, so.
Tisk.
So we all ended up contracting the itis and just ended up taking a nap for an hour. And after that, we went back.
Before or after you started drinking?
Oh no, we didn't drink. We didn't actually drink. Oh no, I did drink. I drank on Thursday. No, I drank multiple times this past weekend. So I'm like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiple nights of debauchery.
Exactly, multiple nights of debauchery. I probably need to go to church sometime soon to relieve myself.
Yeah.
But after dinner and all that, after our nap, we actually went back to my place and tried to find something interesting to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
We ended up finding this softcore porn on Netflix.
Awesome.
It was it's an anthology series about what is it? It was called what was it called? It was called this is gonna bother me now. Forbidden. It was. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna just quickly Google this. But essentially, it's an anthology series about like stories about like desire and ancestral desires and other
Oh
forms
man.
of weird shit.
So some fetish shit.
Yeah, some really weird fetish shit.
And
Which
and did your dad watch with you? I hope he did.
no, unfortunately he was not around for that. But us guys are watching it.
Uh huh.
For some god awful reason,
Uh huh.
and we had to stop net like halfway through just
Why?
because. Okay, so okay, so so it's and this is also it was also all in French. So
Oh, okay.
that's
So yeah, that would make it a little hard to
not just that, it was already
watch it
weird.
without impure intentions.
Exactly, it was already weird as it was, and then the French just added added more weirdness to it. It's not to knock on you French people, but what the hell were you
No,
guys
every
making?
country has their own brand of weird shit. Don't forgive them.
Oh, okay, that's true. This is true. Okay, but essentially, like the first, because it was the first two stories were big enough to the point, or weird enough to the point where we just had to stop, because it was just weird. The first story was essentially about cousins. One was a 20-year-old male, and one was a 16-year-old female,
Oh boy.
and they just the long story short premise of that is they went to the beach and she blew him as he defined what a tide is in French.
What? What?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what that's exactly that's exactly what happened in that sequence. Like he went on a philosophical philosophical rant about the tides, and then it ended up leading to a blowjob.
Oh, it
And
wasn't during. I thought it was like during,
during what?
like during the blow.
Like
Like while he was receiving head, he was going on this internal monologue.
oh no, it wasn't internal. It was external. He was actually saying this
Oh, he
out
was just
loud.
talking. I gotcha.
Yeah, because he said that he would educate her about the tides, as and I quote, "as I release myself onto you and inside of you."
Mm-hmm. You fucking right.
And
All
that
right.
wasn't and
All right.
oh, sorry. And okay, so the I mean, if you guys want to watch, if you guys want to go with it, go through with it, go right ahead. But you probably make it if you make through the whole thing, I'll commend you. But it's called Immoral Tales. It's on Netflix.
Immoral tales.
Yes, it's about 4 stories of incest and bloodlust. I didn't get too far into the bloodlust part, but we did get to the incest part. And then the second story that pretty much was done for all of us was it was a young church girl, probably around the age of 16 or something like that, and something happens, and then she gets confined in a room in the church, and
Uh huh.
she's being punished for 3 days and 3 nights to stay there, and all she's given to eat is like cucumbers, and
Like
it's
I'm assuming it's like the full cucumber and they're just like shoved down her throat, or they like sitting in front of her, chopping them up and just feeding them to her.
oh no, they just
It's just
they threw in the room, and then they threw in a plate, and then they threw in cucumbers, and they just left.
oh okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the reason being is because she started profusely rubbing a lot of the uh, church decorations in a that resembled phalluses in a seductive manner, which
Okay.
which were like display stands, statues, the little pipes on an organ.
Yeah.
Yeah, she started rubbing on those up and down very profusely.
Was there
Apparently,
context?
no, not at all. No
Okay.
context until we get to the meat of the story,
Uh huh.
where she ends up stripping down naked and starts to relieve herself with a cucumber
Yeah.
while like reading and thinking about God.
What? I thought she was just a horn dog. No, she's fucking. She's got the lady boner for Jesus.
Exactly. Like
Jesus Christ.
she was doing all this while like reading a small little book of like stories of the Bible and shit like that. And
That's fucking hilarious.
and after that, we just like, yeah, you know what, we're just gonna leave this here.
Look,
And
I don't blame you. I
well,
can't blame you for that. That's fucking weird.
and so we just finished up the night by watching the first season of Castlevania. So
How was it?
oh, love it. I'm currently watching it right now. I'm on season 2. So and I'm on episode 8. So I still got like 3 more episodes left of Castlevania season 2 to get through.
Is there titties?
No, a lot of blood,
I figured that.
but no, not much titties. It's actually really it's written quite well.
Oh, I
Like,
figured it was gonna be written
surprisingly.
well. I mean, like,
And then
oh, fun fact: the people that made Castlevania are want to make a Devil May Cry series.
yes, Devil May Cry, and they also started talking about there were discussions about maybe even the Legend of Zelda
I would shit
adaptation.
myself if they made it. If those people made it.
Exactly, because so far these guys have done justice to video game adaptation. No, yeah, video game adaptation televised series so far.
Good.
Unless you want to count Pokemon, but I don't know who does.
I mean, look. Look. Yeah, I can't say that they don't count because they do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different, you know.
But it's not though.
It
Technically.
is, though. I mean, not tech. Shut up. It's not
like
real.
Pokemon's not real. Is that it?
No, Pokemon's not real.
Okay.
Never has
Man.
been.
Well, that's unfortunate, because after that, that was pretty much it. That was that Thanksgiving day, and then Black Friday, I went out and bought stuff like any other pleb out there, like wrestling each other for Black Friday shit. Just got the usual normie stuff. I got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee,
Alright.
and I also got Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm sorry.
So, huh?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
That is an investment.
Yeah, I know, right? It was
Not financially, with time.
Oh, with Red Dead?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I'm preparing my asshole for that, just because like I need to like I really want to like absorb a lot of it as much as I can whenever I do play.
Well, like they said, it's like watching a fucking movie. So, and
Right.
everything's written pretty well, or at
Mhm.
least at the beginning. Some people had complaints about what happened later on, but I won't tell you
Okay.
that, obviously.
Right. But yeah, and I also got a free shot glass with my Red Dead. So
Ooh, wait, what? Really? That's cool.
yeah, like it's not a normal shot glass too. It's a collapsible shot glass made of like aluminum.
Huh.
So like you get it's pocketable, like it's a keychain essentially. But when you uncollapse it, it's about the size of a normal shot glass.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did with that shot glass was on Saturday, I had a big Friendsgiving party with more people there. Made all the food, and all I did nothing was eat, and as well as drink my ass out with beers, mead, and I had vodka. There was also tequila involved. So much drinking. I need to slow down and rehydrate myself.
Yeah, you do. You're gonna fucking die.
And this is the death is only but an inevitable circumstances of our decisions, is it not?
I mean, it is, sure, but like, if I had to choose a way to go, it probably wouldn't be drinking to death.
Probably not. Probably not. Maybe if I was like sat on by a glamorous beauty.
There you go. That's the way to go. But no, yeah, it's definitely sounds like you had a pretty good time. But we ain't here to talk about our lives for 30 minutes.
Nope, not at all.
We here to talk about some anime for, I guess, the rest of the time. Half an hour.
Maybe.
40 minutes.
Probably. Because, like, what week is this now? Everything should be on episode 8 or something? Either 8 or 9.
8, 9.
So, this is about week 8 of the fall season. And, man, like, after, like, this is the last week of November, so it's going to be December by the time we do it, by next week. This year is going by real fast. And so did this season.
Oh, shit. Should we have a Christmas special?
We probably should. Hey, you know what we can do? We can do a Potoru special.
God.
Potoru. Cause that's gonna be that meme is slowly gonna be reawakening of itself during the Christmas season. And I'm always glad for Nero Saber to be around my timeline on Facebook.
I mean, it's just the problem is that it's gonna be flooding everywhere.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
No.
It's a Christmas cheer. It's a Christmas spirit.
No,
you have to appreciate
you fate fuckers in your cancer.
You have to appreciate the Potoru Nero as well as the Umu Nero. You're familiar with that meme as well, right? The UMU or Umu.
I don't know what you're talking about. You those concepts are foreign to me.
So everything right now is at either week 8 or week 9 in terms of anime episodes, and I'll admit I've been keeping up with mostly all the majority of the, I guess, popular ones, I guess you'd say.
Like a fucking casual.
Hey, I'm not over here keeping up with what is it? Tokyo Ghoul or
Fair enough.
Or what's another mainstream one that people are looking at? JoJo's. I haven't kept up.
No one should watch JoJo's because it's cancer.
Look at that. Jarron, you're picking fights for way too early in the podcast. You gotta wait till the end.
Look, I've stated my case on how I feel about JoJo's, and it will never be allowed in my household.
What if your future son somehow gets invested in JoJo's?
He will get ordered in the dick.
And if he catches your punches, he's like, yada yada does it, and just starts retaliating. Then
he will be my mind went somewhere. He will be returned to semen and returned from whence he came.
You're gonna like originate him.
Yep, I'm gonna originate his ass.
What the fuck?
And then we'll select another. If he's strong enough to win again, then maybe I'll allow it.
What the? You know what, Jarron? Let's move on from here. So.
So how's Goblin Slayer been going? I haven't watched it, but I have a general sense of idea of what's going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, by the way, this is because majority of this will be spoilery.
This is a spoiler-heavy episode for the anime this season because everything's starting. Most of everything is starting to wrap up, wrap-ish up, I guess.
Exactly. These aren't reviews or anything, but we are going to be talking heavily about stories and how we feel about it, and this is going to be a warning for you guys. So If you're keeping up with the season, then great. Stick around and hear what we have to say. If not, you probably should turn away and then watch those and
And
then come
shame on
back.
you.
uh, I still love you guys. You're good. You're good. You guys are good. We all have our steady pace in watching anime.
No, 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 no. Look, you can take 2 hours to watch all the anime that you want to watch for the day. In fact, look, it takes 1 to 2 hours. If not even that, it takes about maybe an hour to watch all the anime that come out in a day that you want to watch. All right, and you just do that once every day for the week. Bam, that's it. Oh, what? Now you don't have anything to watch? Watch something else that came out later on. Fuck you mean you ain't got time. And then to you people that are like, oh, I ain't watching that seasonal garbage. I'm like, boy, whatever you're watching was seasonal garbage. Kiss my dick.
And to segue from that, let's get started here. So far, all right. So as far as Goblin
Talking about
Slayer,
Weeps Land.
as far as Goblin Slayer goes, the recent I haven't actually watched the recent episode as of this recording.
That's fine.
But the episode I watched beforehand was a nice was nice and pretty refreshing. Just because up until prior to the episode, it wasn't slow, but like things have got slowed down a little bit, and we have Goblin Slayers giving us a lot of time to breathe, and rightfully so, because the last episode that I watched was one hell of a hold breather.
That was the one where he I don't want to spoil it, but
What do you mean? Oh no! Let me say it, and then maybe you'll remember what part of the story. So far, this is when they went back into the underground caverns of the city, and they found a goblin champion, leading all the goblins underneath the city.
Right.
And then that's the one where they tried they were gonna go all in, and then shit happened, and then they all got bombarded, and our young priestess girl was essentially about to was essentially about to die after Goblin Slayer got his ass knocked over by the Goblin champion.
Right. Okay.
And that was such a stressful episode too, because everyone was getting like jumped. We got like the elf girl was essentially like pinned down, and she was struggling, and then our dwarf boy was just trying to struggle his way to save the elf, and then our lizard dragon man was like essentially getting pinned down himself, and it was just so fucking stressful until the rock music started playing, and I'm like, oh shit, finally, this is this is what I was waiting for, because goddamn, that was a good ass episode, and it left me on a cliffhanger, and I really need to watch that after this recording.
I'm surprised it ends at a cliffhanger, because oh right, because he kills him a really cool way, I think.
Yeah, he stabs him in the eye. He doesn't kill him. He stabs him in the eye and like takes it out, and then using that scares off. He pretty much scared off the goblin champion as well as the rest of the goblins.
Oh, I'm thinking of earlier with when he fought that demon.
Oh, you mean when he did the water spit?
Yeah.
The water spell.
Yeah, that was fucking sick as shit.
That was cool. But yeah, no. The cliffhanger of this one is like him, quote unquote, dying. But obviously it's not gonna be that case. Otherwise, unless they're doing a whole like Attack on Titan moment where they're gonna give you one episode of just believing that he's gone. So,
I mean, that's effectively what they're doing, which I appreciated at the time of the manga. But I mean, what happened next was just a click away. So.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna watch that later after this recording, because I know that just came out.
Also, your girl, blind Chan.
Oh, the arch priestess.
Yes.
You
get some good times with her.
Okay, wait, is that your girl?
No, it's between her and Cowgirl. I can't really decide.
Who? Oh wait, you mean the farmer girl?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so far I'm loving Goblin Slayer. I still can't believe there's only gonna be 12 episodes.
Yeah, that's the sucky part, though. They are moving along pretty well, because that scene's not terribly far from where the manga is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think the anime was. Well, I mean, they probably drove. They probably drove over a few chapters in general.
Yeah. They actually skipped a really big scene,
Oh,
if
really?
I remember correctly. There was like a goblin war
Oh shit.
that they didn't address because it was supposed to happen after um no, it happens I believe it happens before he meets those three.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's literally what happens directly before he meets them.
Okay, so that's what we're majorly missing in terms of the
Yeah,
manga.
it was, and I mean, I when I tell you huge war, I mean like fucking gigantic. Like it actually it was supposed to start around where Goblin Slayer was checking the the cowgirls fence and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I believe that's when that arc starts. I'm probably wrong because again, it's been a while since I've read that bit.
Right.
But I know for a fact they skipped it, and
Oh.
that was some intense shit right there. But basic idea was that uh through looking around her place, he found traces of goblins and shit, and he was like, "Well, I guess they're about to start a war. I can't fight them on my own, and I need help." So he asked for help.
And that's where those three came from.
No,
No. Oh.
nope.
Okay.
That's where everyone gets to realize how important his job actually is to everyone around him.
Oh, okay. So it's just more of like appreciating Goblin Slayer as an adventure.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't mind having him go around and killing goblins and shit because they are. What was that one clerk, the clerk lady said? It's a job. His job maybe what he's doing may be minuscule to others, but it's still an important job in the end.
Oh yeah.
So,
And that is brought to light during that arc. But I'm really sad they skipped it. I don't know why they skipped it. They should have. What they should have done was it should have ended where it is now. That's what I think.
like the series,
Yeah,
probably.
like it like this would be maybe like episode 11, or I don't know. Maybe they redo the way this episode works and the next episode works and put them together. But I think it was a mistake to skip that.
No. Well, I'll have to see that for myself. Cause but I'll take your word for it. 'Cause I do plan on reading like rereading or reading the manga after watching it, just to see what else I've been missing out on in terms of more detailed story and all that.
Right.
So, but in the same sentiment, what which I also have to watch because it comes out this anime also comes out on the same day as Goblin Slayer is SEO Alicization.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I still haven't caught up with Sword Art. I don't know. It's just so hard.
Is it like? Well, I mean, okay, because I mean,
Because Kirito's so lame.
what do you mean? What do you mean, Jarron? Come on.
I mean, I don't really think Kirito's lame. I think he's a bit much, but I don't think he's that lame.
Yeah,
In fact, I don't. I probably. It's more like I don't think he's lame, and it's less. I don't think he's lame, and more. I don't care that much about him to hate him.
I think I think it's because he's like the most normie character.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking normy outside of him like liking to play video games.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, like I mean, even that's like a normie standard to a degree.
That's true. Well, I mean, the people that like get in the beta, betas and stuff. That's a different cut of people, of gamer.
That's true. It's true. But okay, fine. Well, I mean, do you want me to keep going with SAO when it comes into detail?
Go for
Then
it. I mean, I'll watch it at some point.
all right, because I know because you haven't watched the movie, have you?
No.
You because yeah, it's I mean it's not imperative, but a lot of the detail from from the Alicization arc, it gets explained if you watch the movie.
Okay.
So That's
So I
why.
have
Okay.
to make sure I get through Asuna's titties in order to understand what's going on. Gotcha.
Pretty much. You have to get through Austin's titties in order for you to understand everything. Okay, but so far, okay. I mean, as of right now, I am loving Sao right now. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, the Alicization arc has been a nice refresh to the series.
Mm-hmm.
But more so, but not so much on the death game part of it, but more so just the game itself. Cause like, remember the discussion we had a while ago, John, about like, like I think what more people enjoyed about enjoyed about the idea of SEO is if the characters and the story revolved around just the game,
Yeah.
and then that's what we liked about what was it, the GGO alternative story,
Well, it was. I
sort of.
guess no. Yeah, you're right. Because the story revolved more about the game and its mechanics and just playing the game instead of people are gonna die, or
Yeah, exactly. Like there wasn't too much there wasn't too much time invested in like the moralities of keeping people alive or just how people lived in the game. Is more so just following somebody playing the game and just adapting to certain situations.
Right, until it became about
Exactly.
that.
Wait.
Because remember, at the end
Yes.
of, I guess again, spoiler for GGO if you haven't watched it. GGO alternative is that the girl was all like, "Oh, I'll kill myself if you don't kill me in this game." I'm like, all right, that's a bit much, but sure.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, so far, the Alicization arc hasn't necessarily pulled that card out. Maybe not just yet, but so far it's been pretty good in terms of it's handling its story. Now,
Oh,
granted,
okay.
there's still the underlying story about Kirito and why he's even in the underworld game in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And reasons being is because some of the leftover laughing coughing members um went out and tried to actually kill Kirito IRL in real life. So and that happened to be involving a was it a poison syringe system that one of the other laughing coffee members tried to do back in GGO SAO.
Uh huh.
And this
Again, I haven't watched GGO.
okay, well there was like
There were some
this is
fuckers that were doing some shit.
exactly. There's some fucker trying to poison other people, and then in this
Okay.
case, this fucker actually got Kirito, and he's essentially in a comatose state and is potentially brain dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they have him in the game is because the underworld like engine is supposed
Mm-hmm.
to, it's the underworld engine is supposed to be like an engine that creates artificial life from the ground up,
Right. Right. Right.
not or artificial intelligence from the ground up, not top down artificial intelligence, meaning that there's no pre-established like personality or characteristics that can be filled in. It's more so a system where they literally have like AI babies that grow up into individuals inside that game engine.
That's all right. That's interesting.
And that's actually a result from the movie. That's actually a result from the the SEO movie a while back that kind of kickstarts the project for Alicization. So
Mm-hmm.
those wanting to get into Alicization, I would recommend watching the movie as well because it does tie into the story and literally does follow up right after the movie.
So you have to watch. You have to watch GGO. You have to watch the movie. You have to not jerk off to what's her face's titties.
And then
Otherwise, you'll get too distracted. And then
yeah.
you have to watch Alicization and watch Kirito and the blonde boy get their gay on, while Asuna
Hey,
cries at his side.
hey, I like Yujo. I like Yujo so far, or
More
Yugo.
like
I don't
gay
know.
Joe. Am I right?
Oh, but and so far the way things are working with the story so far, since Kirito is essentially brain dead because the poison apparently affected his brain,
Mm-hmm.
and with the way the machine like the game like the machine engine thing works, apparently they can reconstruct like his what was it the synapses in his brain, if like if you was it stimulate in a way that'll essentially repair itself, and that's why they have him in the machine because the machine that they have in there, um, how do I put this without sounding it weird and like kind of corny?
Just
Well,
be as corny as possible because the anime is as corny as possible.
true, but I enjoy it. Apparently the machine reads souls.
God. All right.
It can read the user's soul
All right. That's all we need to know.
as as well as project
Because anime.
as well as projects that into into a light, which is what the NPCs of Underworld are made up of, and but they're not traditional. But because of that, they're not traditional NPCs. They're light like individuals, meaning that like it's almost they like these NPCs are indistinguishable from a real person because they've been born and they grew up from the ground up, artificially.
Right.
So they've
because,
actually
because anime soul machine.
exactly because anime soul machine.
Gotcha.
So far we're point is so SAO right now has been great so far. Yujo and Kirito have just got into the Sword Academy. Was it swordsman or knight academy in
they
the
get
underworld.
to go into their own like dorm and they can fuck all they want.
And so far the story is picking up real nicely. And the reason why I said it's refreshing in a sense because in Underworld, Kirito has to relearn everything in terms of how he has to play the game, because like it's like how I said, Underworld is plays differently from any other game because everything is adaptive and everything has its own mind in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because previously in a showdown when he had a showdown with a goblin champion, which is funny, but
All right.
he was in a showdown with a goblin champion, and he was able to like activate some of the sword skills that he remembers from SAO as long as he like really thought about it. And when he in a situation where when you hack at a boss long enough, and then you just expect it to die after like doing a finishing blow, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then kind of dissipates. In this case, no, he just cut off its arm, and then he thought it was dead, and then apparently he retaliated and then just kicked his ass right across the room, which he wasn't expecting because he thought, oh, maybe there's a health. No, there's no like health systems or anything like that. It's more so you have to like legitimately try to kill them by legitimate means, meaning like cutting off their head, or cutting or stabbing them through their heart or brain.
Okay. So they're just looking to make a game as realistic as humanly possible. I got it. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the only thing is this game is not supposed to be public. It's not even supposed to be for entertainment purposes. Like Underworld only exists to harbor bottom up artificial intelligence.
Oh, it's just literally just to make them interesting.
Exactly.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I know. It's supposed to.
We're gonna create artificial humans and use them for bullshit.
Actually, no. The reason that what they're trying to the main goal of what they're trying to do is actually like create a perfect artificial being to the point where it's capable of killing.
Oh, right.
Because right now, all of the AIs are pretty obedient when it comes to rules and stuff like that, or there's standard programming, quote unquote, to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And unless they find a breakthrough where one of them essentially has free will and chooses to kill, because apparently they're trying to do that. Some sort of it's supposed to be for a military. It's a military installation.
Right, of course.
So they're trying to make these AIs as humanly possible to the point where they can actually think about killing a being or an individual. So they're essentially trying to play God, like any other
as it happens,
high mighty military installation. But that's SEO for you though, huh?
How can we make it more complicated and convoluted than just them dying in the game? Oh, they're making artificial AI from vector light babies that read, and the machine reads your soul, your very soul, and projects you into the game. And Kirito's brain dead, but we have to recreate his brain using the machine because it's gonna remind him of how to be a fucking person. Yeah, it's yeah. Let's just get more convoluted. It's basically what it said, which I appreciate. SAO's at the point now where none of that really surprises me anymore.
Right, exactly. I mean, at this point, it's more like if you've been around since the beginning and you want to stick around, you might as well.
Yeah,
Like if you still enjoy the series after since day one,
right. It's just more bullshit for you to enjoy.
pretty much. But what else? But what else have you been catching up on, Jarron?
I've been watching fucking the Bunny Girl Senpai. Yo, I'm just loving this anime more and more. And this recent episode has solidified my best girl in the show.
Really? Wait, which one is it?
Fucking Futaba, Glasses Chan.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that the doctor or
Yeah.
the professor? Quote, oh, doctor,
It's
quote
the girl
unquote.
that likes to wear a lab coat.
Yeah.
She is my fucking. She's 100% best. My favorite girl in this show. This episode was too much for me. You got to see her. You got to see her smile, and you got to see her with and without glasses, hair up, ponytail, short skirt, everything. It was great. But regarding the story, I mean, have you been watching it, Jomel?
I'll admit to you, I have been falling short on it.
Oh man, Jomel, it's so good. It's
I
so good.
know.
It's like a low calorie Bakemonogatari.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It
Because I was,
follows what?
because I mean, when we first started it, I remember how I compared it originally to like Hyoka.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more so like a Bakemonogatari then?
It's like if you've watched Bakemonogatari before and then watch this and you're like, yeah, this is the exact same show just without spirits and shit. And the main character is nowhere near as weird.
Right.
Which is still pretty fucking weird, but not as nowhere near as weird as him. But no, yeah, this I'm all right. So Sword Art Online is one thing because we expect it to have a ton of bullshit in it, but I don't want to spoil much for this one. I mean, granted, each like every 2 episodes or so, kind of does a girl of the day kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of arc based in a sense. There's
It's
a
arc-ish
concentration.
base, and but it does follow like a base, like a progressing world, I suppose. Um, our main character and Bunny Girl Senpai have their thing. They start dating, and then all the problems that comes with that, and then they start moving on to their friends. Not like dating wise. This isn't a harem anime. Not everyone likes the main character. I mean, not everyone likes the main character, but it's really nice. It progresses so well. People shit on it because people like to find shit to shit on, but like it progresses well enough in the sense that like it gets me to care about each character enough to like miss them when they're
Like
not
like
there.
like there's proper character development.
There's proper character development, even though they might only be there for like 2 episodes. Or only be in the spotlight for 2 episodes, I should say.
Exactly. They like surprisingly they do a lot. They do it like they give you they give you enough information in such short like episode frames to like
Mhm.
and to the point where you can actually really care or empathize with the characters.
Right. And I was reading the comments of the latest episode that I watched, and someone pointed out to me that it's what the anime is basically doing is, I mean, obviously they're exaggerating shit, but it's essentially just going through the basic problems that high schoolers face on a regular basis, just with more sciencey fluff. So like how someone would feel if they were being uh, what's the best way to say it, that are too popular to be approached. They tackling stuff like if you like somebody but you don't like them, doing your figuring out the best way to get around that, but then falling in love with the person that helped you, uh, living two different lives because you can't really decide on which one's better for yourself, shit like that.
A lot of adolescence.
That's
Adolescent
literally all it
problems.
is.
Yeah,
It's just adolescent problems, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the show more now that I realize that.
because majority of the time we as the viewers can almost relate to these situations.
Oh yeah, easily. Like again, they're not so outlandish that I mean, yeah, the whole thing. Like for example, this most recent arc, my girl, she split into two different versions of herself. They were pretty much the exact same, but she just split because she was having some fucking problems. And then it was just this weird like juggling system between the two, and it was great. But that's literally all it is. It's just fucking displaying these problems in the most bizarre way, but I love it.
It's magical. Well, I wouldn't say it's magical, but like it's charming in a sense, or enchanting. Maybe that's a better word for it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I again, I regret I haven't kept up. I'm not completely up to date on it, but I mean, I've enjoyed it so far because its writing is nice and it's easy to get into.
Oh yeah.
It flows really well, and I mean, I'm a little bit biased on it just because I like the writer, like the writer of this one. The
Wrote it.
writer of this one has written my favorite series of all time. So, I mean, if you guys haven't started watching it, you guys definitely should.
Yeah. Don't be like Jomel. Don't be a piece of shit.
Exactly. Be better than me.
Right.
Be the me that keeps up to date to everything else.
Right. But next up we got fucking slime anime, yo. I so he finally got his human form, but like I
Yeah.
said, the way it happened was pretty sad.
Yeah, I know. I remember you telling me that, and then I started to look as the episode progressed. I'm like, John mentioned it was sad, and then it all just clicked before it happened, and I'm like, no, this is how he does it, and
Yeah.
then I just had to like watch this scene and with like a heavy heart. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it didn't like tear jerk me or anything. We'll get to what actually got some tears out of me later, but um uh it was good. And now the anime has officially started.
Exactly.
8 episodes in.
I mean, it's gonna be 24 episodes, which is thank God. But
We got 16 more episodes for shit to happen.
exactly, like that was just like the prelude. That was your tutorial phase, your
Right.
tutorial mode. So
Which was still really fucking good. I mean, to be
right,
honest, like this is easily one of my new favorite anime.
for real.
Just from the first 8 episodes.
Like I'm always excited to watch it every Monday. So
Right. And I can't fucking wait for tomorrow. Or if I stay up late enough this morning.
stay up
Or
late.
yeah.
I'd stay up late.
Yeah, you're right. That reminds me, when exactly does it come out? I don't know. I'll look into that later. But you guys get to watch it once it comes out Monday.
Mhm.
By the time this episode comes out.
Exactly. Watch an hour. Watch it right now as of this recording cannot.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't really get too many spoilers for this one because, I mean, the plot's not so complicated that like you have to talk about it in order to get it. It's just kind of an easy transition into the next from one story to the next,
Yeah, exactly.
or maybe if not one story, then the next plot point or whatever the fuck. It's a simple anime, not the thinking man's anime. It's just
I
Turn
mean,
off your brain and enjoy.
like it's almost as fun as like Konosuba.
Yeah.
You just gonna like sit back and just watch like just go with the ride, just ride it out and just enjoy yourself.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, if you're not watching it, what the castrate yourself and start watching it.
There we
Actually,
go.
don't.
What?
Don't do that because the elf scene's pretty good. Um, do some other self mutilation and then watch it because shame on you for not watching
You heard it here first, guys.
it.
Like kill yourself and just reincarnate as a slime, and you'll get the picture.
There you go. Let's advocate for forced reincarnation. Jesus Christ.
Oh god, you know that's like a really like unsalty way of like saying kill yourself, like
Yep.
reincarnate. Just get
Go
like
reincarnate, you bitch.
exactly. Go reincarnate, you asshole.
But yeah,
Finding a
it's what?
no, go ahead. I was just gonna keep going with the insults, but go on.
That's all right. They know how bad they are. Next up's Tokyo Ghoul. No one's watching that. Zombieland Saga. Yo, this. Every time we talk about this show, it just impresses me more and more. I mean, when I was talking about being able to pull a tear from me, the most recent episode fucking got me. It got me real good. I wasn't ready.
Really?
I just wasn't ready. Like the entire episode set it up to be sad,
Right.
and I was able to stop myself until like close to the end. I did you watch it, Jomel?
No,
Are you about to disappoint me?
yes, yes, I am. I'm about
God.
to you. I am so sorry.
No. This show's too good to pass. It's too. This
I know.
This and Slime. These are the two shows you don't pass up because they're too unique.
I know. How about this? As best you can. What can you compare this teardrop moment for you in comparison to another anime? It's giving you the similar feeling. So I can evaluate it and then try to empathize.
All right, I guess I can't like. It doesn't have the exact build up as like anything like Super Sad like Anohana or anything or like Angel Beats or any shit like that.
Right.
But like, I'd give it a Violet Evergarden style one episode
Ooh.
tearjerker.
Really?
It just kind of hits you.
That's a high bar. Like, are you sure?
I mean, I don't know. Because I've become such a little bitch in recent life. I don't know if it's just me. I mean, I definitely cried more in Violet Evergarden, but I'm saying that everything else is a comedy, but this episode like just got me.
Like it'll hit you like Sakura in the first episode.
Right. Exactly. It'll be quick. It'll hurt, and then you'll become a zombie, and then you'll be okay.
Well, I definitely need to start watching it because if this is what you're saying, I mean, granted, I didn't cry at I didn't cry at all from Violet Evergarden as months.
I don't see how that fucking episode with the letters. Oh my god, that messed me up bad.
I mean, call me a fucking monster, but I mean, I didn't watch. I didn't. It's not like I didn't watch it and didn't feel anything. I just didn't tear up, but I still felt it. Just believe me when I say that I felt it, but I just didn't cry. But
that one was fucking rough.
The letter one, I mean, yeah, that caught me off guard because I was like, why is she writing so many letters? And like, oh, this makes sense now. That's pretty sad.
Actually, you know what? I've actually noticed the things that make me cry the most are shit that involve parents and children.
Oh, so like just like family, a lot of family stuff.
Yeah.
You know that makes sense. You know why? It's probably a link to your trauma with Clannad.
Right, you're right. Right, it's coming back.
Like anytime there's anything family oriented, it's gonna just fuck you up, fam.
You fucking right, dude. Oh my god, because that's essentially what happened in Zombieland Saga. Because I know everyone was thinking, but I mean, you're not watching like a piece of shit, but everyone that has been watching it is like, well, what if someone recognizes you? Because like one of the characters is from a pretty recent idol group.
Right, like back in '08 or something, right?
Yeah, and in fact, in the last episode, they performed at a venue that her old group just performed at, like that same day.
Oh wow.
And I don't see how no one just immediately didn't recognize her. I mean, unless they're playing on the stereotype that all Japanese people look the fucking same, so anyone could look like anybody.
That's true.
So I don't know. It's kind of weird. But also another thing, this one may or may not have confirmed that the little one, the
Yeah.
little zombie girl was or is currently a boy.
Oh, so we're talking about trap status here.
Well, it might be a trap, or she might be trans.
Oh, okay.
We don't know.
All right. I mean, I guess that would make sense. It maybe because you know how like hyperactive she is.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's like a way to compensate,
Maybe.
like from a previous transaction, kind of thing.
Like I said, I have no idea. It was the way they talked about it was subtle, and I probably need to rewatch it to get the finer hints. But it's about what her real name is and like a few other things with her upbringing with her. Yeah,
I see.
but it's good shit. It's real good shit. You should watch it, Jomel. Stop being a fuck
I know.
and watch some good anime.
Hey, I'm watching Slime.
Yes, watch some more.
I will after this recording. Oh no, Slime comes out tomorrow, Monday.
You watch Zombieland Saga.
All right, I will
You
watch.
like
Zombieland
your
Saga.
fucking idol anime so much. This is the idol anime to beat all idol animes.
I'm okay. That's coming a little too stronger. I mean, Alex,
Yeah. No, I'm
it's not
declaring this right now.
are you? And
Yeah.
how many idol anime have you watched since
I
other
don't.
than
All I
this?
need is this one to
Well,
tell that it's better than everything else. Because you know what? It doesn't focus on bullshit. It focuses on
what
the
do you mean
struggles.
bullshit? Every idol anime has focused on the important things, which is friendship, your career as an idol, as well as the duty to your as like the duty that you have to do for your fans.
Well, guess
And
what this one focuses on, Joe Mal? It focuses on the fact that if you're trying to be an idol from literally out of nowhere, there's a lot of complications, especially if you're a fucking zombie.
okay, a lot of idol animes I've seen do have that ground up story without the zombie part. I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, I don't mean ground up. I mean like you barely had any talent beforehand. Granted, most of them were something beforehand. The main girl really liked idol anime, and I think she worked on it. Two of them were idols. Three of them were idols. One was a prostitute. Another was an idol. No, I already counted her. One was a prostitute, and one's whatever the fuck Yae-san is.
Let me ask. I mean, since I'm obviously not watching it, is was it Taichan still like fucking gone right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did we talk about that?
I mean, no, we have
Her
not.
fucking voice actor.
Oh yeah. Oh, I found out about that too.
It's so fucking funny. Her voice actor is like super fucking popular. She voiced Sailor Moon. Let me run down this. The mom from Shin Chan. Hold on. Fucking Commander Hughes' wife from fucking Full Metal Alchemist. Jesus Christ, she's done a lot. She was Hellscythe Elusivewood from Korwa Zombie Desuka. She had some really big ones. Like, I mean, those are really big, but other really big ones. Fucking, let me see here. One Piece, she's Boa Hancock. She's fucking Misato Katsuragi from Neon Genesis. pretty sure she was in Clannad. I thought she was. She's fucking Jomel. She was one of the voices. She was one of the voices that voiced Peepee Me from Pop Team Epic.
Oh, really? She was one of
Yes.
the many. She was one of the many voice actors for that.
Yes.
Oh my! She says, what I'm getting at here, this is a legendary voice actress who does, for right now, for Zombieland Saga, is doing nothing but groaning and zombie noises.
And it's beautiful. It made me so happy to learn that that's all they conscripted her to do was to just fucking growl at a mic. And it's great.
Exactly. I feel like majority of this, or at least all of it's got to be like ad-libbed.
Oh no, I'm pretty. Look, I honestly feel like I don't know how much of a script was written. Obviously, there was a decent script written for this, but
Right.
like some of the more comedic sections just feel 100% ad lib,
Really?
and
You think
it's
so?
great because like, or at least for the guy, because the way he vocalizes his lines is just so. It just feels like he's just fucking around, and it's great.
Like they just said, "Yep. So do what you want. Here's the idea. Go for it. How many takes."
I mean, I definitely think if not everything, then at least the sections where he says good morning to the girls.
Right.
Some of those have to be ad lib because some of those are random as shit.
I mean, this is the same voice actor that voices the legendary Okabe Rintaro,
That right, exactly.
or in his case, Hyohyun Kyoma.
It's just him on fucking ecstasy, and it's great.
Pretty much.
But it's again, if you're not watching it, shame on you. That's why they kept introducing her as the legendary Yai whatever the fuck her name is. Yamada Tai. It's because of her voice actress.
So it's like breaking the fourth wall in a sense.
Yeah.
God
That's all it was. And apparently they didn't release who the voice actor was until it was either I think it was No, this news came out recently. I think it was this episode or
Oh, really?
the last episode or something.
That's weird. I mean, you'd normally learn about the voice actors long before it even like goes live.
But here's the thing, Jomel. Did we learn about anyone until the anime came out?
Actually, no. We didn't even know what the anime was. Remember that first trailer was just nothing but like weird scenes and shit.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't know anything about the anime until it came out.
That's true, and we just kept learning more and more as it came out.
Right, and I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose because people that know voice actresses, would fucking find that hilarious. That's like there's no way to recognize who was voicing her at all. It could have just been some random schmo on the street. No, it was a fucking legendary voice actor.
Exactly,
and that's part of the comedy.
it's off and on the script.
Yeah, it's makes me so fucking happy. She does pretty good as a zombie too.
I mean, I don't know how you can be poor as a zombie, do poorly as a zombie.
Look, Jomel, there's professional grunts and then there's plebeian grunts. All right.
I mean, okay, I can probably agree to that. But shit, I mean, I'll take what I can get. To be honest with you.
It is what it is, and I'm fucking happy that it is. Next up, we got Fairy Tail. No one cares. One quick thing about Tokyo Ghoul. I think in the most recent episode or the last one before that, they did a sex scene that was supposed to be quote unquote legendary in the manga or whatever.
Oh, so, really? Oh.
So if you're into that, go for it. Or if that's a reason to start watching the anime.
I mean, is it the reason? I mean, Ass and his tits were the reason why people watch the movie.
That's a good point. That's a real good point. Next up is Irozuku Sekai no Ashita Kara, or as I like to call Magical Colors. It's that anime about the witch girl that got sent back in time because of her grandma to live with her grandma when her grandma was her age, was a teenager, same as her in high school and shit. and I haven't watched the most recent episode. Probably not the most recent 2 episodes, but I mean, to be honest, there's not much to say about it. It's just every ounce of this anime feels nostalgic, and it's still as gorgeous as it was in the beginning.
I mean, you can't have PA Works falter on their series. Like
You're
that
right.
that work is very consistent from like the freaking preview to like the last episode. So
You're absolutely right, and it's just so damn good. Like it's not like a if you're not watching it and you want to know what like the mood of the anime is, everything's just kind of like I don't want to say melancholy, but it's about as gray as her fucking sight, and not in a bad way, because certain gray images can be beautiful, but it's like there's never a like super high octane like energy to the anime. It's always just super mellow, super like chill. I mean, yes, a few dramatic things happen, but it's never drama as in, oh, the fucking, like, the way it ramps up in fucking Steins Gate. Oh, everyone's having a good time, Christmas party. No, people with guns fucking storm and start shooting up the goddamn place. No, it's nothing like that. It's just, oh no, uh, this guy that I like starts liking the main character. I gotta make sure he sees how that I'm still a girl too, and he should like me too, and yada yada like that. Just real chill stuff, but mix in some magic, and it's great.
mix anything with magic and it'll be great.
Right. And recently, or I want to say recently, but the last episode I watched, she got her colors back. So I'm curious to see what happens. Super fucking excited.
That's good.
Fuck. What? Wait. Whoa. What just happened? Oh, I'm on PA works. That's why.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. And I think the last thing oh no, no. There's one more. There's one I've been. Is you know?
Index.
No, no. See, that's the thing. Surprisingly, I haven't been keeping up with Index either. I've been so busy.
Oh, you're so bad, Jomel.
I know. See, the thing is with Index, I have to like really be like
Focus.
grounded. Yeah, focused and grounded to even to understand what the fuck ever is going on in Index. Because again, this is me coming back from like 3 to 4 years of hiatus of nothing from Index. So
Right.
like I understand right now the episodes I have seen. I understand what's going on. I just don't know what I'm trying to look for right now.
Right. It's just it's more bullshit.
Exactly, more church versus state bullshit that I need to like figure out why and where.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, another one that I've been keeping up with has been SSSS Gridman, or just Gridman if you want to keep it.
Forgot about Juliet.
Oh, I mean, I'm not watching Julie because I've read the manga.
Yeah, because you're a piece of shit. Let me talk about
All right, fine, go ahead.
it. Not much has changed. It's basically the same anime as it was at the beginning.
Of course.
I mean, there's
Uh,
some dramatic shit happening now where someone's challenging Peria's the female lead's like I guess class rule within her faction.
mm-hmm.
But outside of that, it's the same anime. They're trying to be a relationship and people get in the way.
Pretty much. I still have to say, I feel like I should just watch it just for the hell of it, and also because like Persia is voiced by my favorite voice actress, so I can't get enough of her whenever she speaks in her roles.
Right. You can see him fingering himself while he watches it.
Exactly. I'm just shoving this pokeball up my
Cucumbers.
asshole. Oh yeah, cucumbers up my asshole.
But yeah, no. SSSS Gridman
Or just
has
Gridman.
been fuck it. Is pretty good.
Cause I know you said you were hesitant on the first few episodes.
I was because I wasn't into the CGI. It didn't feel good in the first couple episodes, but then it the CGI and the story started to pick up, and I was like, all right, this is getting pretty good. I'm getting into it. I feel the trigger has been pulled, and I'm into it now.
Exactly. You can feel the thighs of. You can feel Gridman's thighs just squeezing you in.
Not Gridman. It's my girl.
Rika.
My girl Rika. She's so fucking normal, but this is the good way
Exactly.
to do normal.
Yeah, for real. Like this is like she, even though she's like thighs deep into the whole Gridman situation, but she's still like Rika.
Right. And I love it. I love her for it.
And even after catching up and everything, I still do like Akane, even if she's a fucking psychopath.
Oh yeah, same here. She's fucking. I love her as a villain
Mm-hmm.
because
Cause
she's not. She's. Oh god, sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say she's not. I mean, she's evil in the sense that she's doing shitty things for her own benefit.
Well, she is
But
sort of.
like in the most recent episode that I watched, because I didn't see the most recent one. The most recent one, probably just the one right before it, when we were revealed that the world's not fucking real. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. Oh,
all
it's not the
right.
world. It's just. It's not the world. It's just that city's not real. Apparently,
No,
just that
oh yeah,
city.
the city's not real.
Yeah.
It's some weird space simulation or some shit. And she and Akane got her hands on it somehow. And I'm like, when I learned that, I was like, what? Where are we? What is happening?
Exactly. I'm like, oh, here's the trigger part of Gridman that
Yeah,
I've been waiting for.
right. Here it is, aliens.
Aliens and simulations and just fake. Everything is fake. Nothing's
Yep.
real. Like
We're
it's
gonna
like you said,
fucking
Jarron. Nothing
bust
is
open
real.
the galaxy again.
Gridman's not real. It's all your
Gridman's
imagination.
not real. No one's real. But I mean, I get this. It's a good way to explain. Okay, maybe I don't want to say it's a good way to explain, but it's a way to explain why the city goes back to normal.
Yeah, exactly. Because that episode just pretty much just explained everything. With like the one thing I was curious about, like, okay, I can understand how some things happen, but why does everything quote unquote reset at
Right.
after a battle? Like, is this just not real? Technically,
It's
yes.
literally because she just codes it back, just
Exactly.
without the people that died.
Exactly. She has to hard codes it back. But then the question the question now is like who's fucking what's our boy's name? Well, what's main character Kun's like actual Hibiki? What's his deal? Because apparently, remember how he has amnesia?
Right.
Because from what I can see, he's like a outside entity that Akane didn't make, and that
Right.
we need to find out his origin in this case. And I'm sure Trigger's gonna pull something out of their ass to
Oh yeah.
convoluted explain that somehow.
It's fucking Kamina.
And you know, Jarron, after like watching Gridman for a little bit, I did some digging in like normal Ultraman series and all that.
Yeah.
And you know how like Gridman can get pretty serious and it's pretty like heavy when it comes to like just certain themes or just even just conversations.
Yeah.
Gridman is light is a pale comparison to a normal Ultraman series. Like like a normal, I've seen like those random clips of like Ultraman fights and stuff like that. That's like it's more than it's not even, you can't compare, you can only compare the Power Rangers to like a visual point of view, but their story and their characters' motivations are like so dark and strong. It's almost like it's almost like watching like an action movie. It just there's barely any comedy.
Huh.
I found it to be interesting. Like an Ultraman series actually an Ultraman series takes itself seriously.
Even though if you watch it, you're like, what the fucking what the shit is this?
Yeah, exactly. When they transform into their like suits and shit like that, and their upgrades.
I mean, that is a good point. Like, you never really think about it because the live action, transformations and all that silliness of some of the enemies. But it handles some really dark themes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all of them, Power Rangers. As you said, Ultraman. I imagine the original Gridman did as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird to like look back and think about it. But I mean, they had to have something to go with how goofy everything looked.
Yeah, for real. But so far Gridman. I mean, Trigger is doing a really good job at handling Gridman.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really excited to just see everything go by.
If you were disappointed with them at all because of Darling and the Franks, I'd say this is a good redemption for them.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Cause like obviously they're just two different projects, but it kind of does show Trigger's flexibility in a
Hmm.
way.
Granted, it doesn't seem like they can stay away from the fucking space shit.
That's you know what? Probably everyone from Trigger's probably an alien. That's probably why.
Right.
Like
Well,
everyone.
the only time they did it was with Kisnaiver. Wherever the fuck that came from.
Yeah, that's true. I think that was. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Because that was more so just a. The city wasn't real, right? It was a city that wasn't real.
No, everything was real. It was just like
Wait, was that how it worked? Because I know. Because wasn't that project connected to the city directly?
it was gonna be put upon the city.
Uh huh.
Um Essentially everyone was like an unwilling participant kind of. And the whole idea was the whole like I guess major plot finale was that the girl was going to she was going to connect every single person in the city's pain to her so that only she would receive it and not them.
Oh, okay.
But obviously that would have fucking killed her or sent her
Yeah.
into a fucking,
Just
sent her to the shadow realm.
yeah, exactly. Just completely brain dead.
Right. But everything was still, I don't want to say realistic, but like I guess her family owned the city or some shit, or her company owned the city and built it. But everyone that was living there and whatnot were real. It was a real city for all intents and purposes. It was just like a project, kind of.
Yeah. Just well. Yeah. I mean, that's why I thought. That's why I said like the city is not technically a real since it was the ulterior motive of the city was for that one
Yeah,
ultimate project.
yeah. But other than that, it was a real, yeah. Other than that, but no, yeah. It's I don't know. I don't I don't quite understand Trigger as a company because if you look back, fucking Gurren Keys Kniver, Kill a Kill, fucking Inferno Cop, they're just everywhere. I don't I don't really know what to say.
I
But
mean, does anyone really
Gridman's good. That's what I
does
can say.
it's true. I mean, does anyone really understand Trigger? To be honest with you,
No, no. Trigger doesn't understand Trigger.
exactly. They're just kind of just doing whatever they can, and it's working. Apparently, it's working. So they're just doing that plus one. They
Right.
just keep upping themselves.
But other than that, I mean there's only a few more that I've watched, but there's not that much to say about them.
Like which
I've been
ones?
watching what?
Like which ones?
I've been watching Radiant. It's I'm thinking I'm probably gonna drop this one because it's not it. I'm not liking it that much. It kind of feels like a knockoff fairy tale, and I don't know how I feel about that. It's basically, I guess they're playing the shonen card too hard.
Like it's like concentrated shonen, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, again, I do like the shonen genre. I'm fine with characters being OP, but like I also need them to like have some more character than just I am always the bright star. I will never falter in how I feel about anything ever.
So it's a little bit much as a character.
Yeah. I mean, but that's just me getting, I guess me getting older and getting tired of that character trope.
Maybe.
I like a little, little emotional diversity.
That's true. It's like
Like with Boku no Hero Academia, Deku has multiple sides to him. He's a crybaby. He does doubt himself. He does get disappointed. He does beat himself up because he can't do shit. But then he fixes it, and it's great. That's sure, yeah, he always fixes it, but that's fine. He at least has an internal struggle sometimes. That's what I look for in characters nowadays. Some kind of struggle. that or they're just completely cynical, which is why I also like fucking Bunny Girl Senpai because the main character is cynical as shit and it's great. Um. Next up is I need to get rid of this crazy maid or whatever its English title is. Still very weird when you take a back. You know, if you look back at it,
I mean,
the whole all the pedophile shit. They added a
yeah.
new maid that's obsessed with the our current maid. She's the new maid is a masochist and was her previous lieutenant. Uh, but the reason why she likes her is because she's like outside of her love for little girls. The what the fuck is her real name? Kamino Kamui is the pedophile maid. She outside of liking little girls is like a super hard ass to everybody else. And this lieutenant, because she's a masochist, she absolutely fell in love with that. So now she's essentially stalking her, moved in next door, and a bunch of shit.
I see.
It's still pretty. It's still enjoyable though. If you know, again, look away from all the pedophile stuff.
Yeah, if you just ignore pedophilia, that's it.
Yeah, right. Actually, no, never mind. I forgot. There is one anime that I did want to talk a bit more about. But getting to that, I'm not caught up with the cute vampire one, but cute vampires and cute girls doing cute things.
Yeah, essentially, it's still
That's
pretty Yuri. You know,
still very eerie. In fact,
yeah,
they did add a new character
yeah.
a couple
The
episodes ago, which is another
the
vampire.
pretty much it's pretty much like Toho reincarnate.
Yeah, basically. She's cute. She's pretty rambunctious, always stealing blood from Victoria, our main vampire chick. And then there's fucking the sumo anime. Jomel, this thing gets better and better. I love it to death.
Oh, do you?
Like I don't think I talked about it before, but this is one of those that I do not skip the opening or the ending. It
Oh,
is
okay.
so damn good. Like this, like Jomel, you don't understand when I say good. Like this is some some good shit. Like this is some real good shit. Like uh, I don't know what to say. I've been missing out on sports anime if they're this good. Like, Jesus Christ. Like I don't know what to say. It I guess it follows the same idea of sports animes. It's just there's the main character. He's super good. He wants to be the absolute best in all of Japan,
Right.
and he's got the skills to do it. But because of this flaw, he's the underdog. But he's overcoming it. And then there's
Mm.
everybody else around him that are nowhere near as good, but because some encounter with him, they also want to pursue sumo now and be the best team in Japan. And so they're doing it. And I mean, they're pretty normal compared to him,
Mm.
which is why I guess their fights with people is a bit more like gets it going a little, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. We haven't
Right.
had a main fight with the main character in a while, so I have to revisit that in the next episode when he does have his big fight with this next guy. But it's oh my god, it's just so good. Like it's some real good hype shit. Like it's super fucking hype. I love it so much. Like I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try to find the opening somewhere for you to listen, opening and ending for you to listen to, Jomal.
Mm.
They're so damn good. Like it's ridiculous how good they are.
I mean, I'll check it out because I did. I mean, I did enjoy. What was it, Megalobox? So I'm not. So I'm open to even anime, even like sports anime that can
It's
really get
definitely
me into it.
it's definitely different from Megalobox though.
Oh, is it? So
Just the complete feel of it's different from Megalobox.
okay.
Because remember, Megalobox was borrowing from like Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop with its like ambience and serious story, but
Right.
also mix in with some jokes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like your I guess follows the same idea of your as your standard shonen sports anime.
Mm-hmm.
So like think maybe Kuroko no Basket or um the biking one or the volleyball one.
Oh, okay.
They're probably similar, I
So
haven't
perhaps
seen those.
so
What?
more traditional of a sports anime then.
More traditional, but because I haven't really watched sports anime before, this is fucking getting me real
Okay.
good.
All right.
And that's pretty much it. I haven't really watched anything else.
Okay. Well, I mean, I want to finish it off with one that I just recently started,
Uh huh.
and as moving in tandem to your sports anime discussion. I started watching the running anime, the Kaziga Tsuyoku Futaryu, or the English title is Run Like the Wind.
I did hear some really good things about that from I think Gikuk.
Mm-hmm. And okay, I'll be honest with you. The reason I didn't start this anime for any normal reason.
Mm-hmm.
I listened. One time I was listening to this music, and then its ending showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was the ending. I didn't know it was its ending, and I looked it up to see what it was, and it was the ending to Run Like the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me it's such a really good ending. It's so relaxing,
Mm-hmm.
and I started watching it because of the ending, and so far it's not a traditional sports anime, but it's more so it's a what's a series that compares to this? Okay, how about this? Like free but less gay. With with
I feel that.
for lack of a better explanation, because essentially it's a bunch. What the story is a main like the main character Kun is essentially part of a ragtag team of random people that this
Mhm.
guy, the senpai, was able to recruit, and for the sole purpose of participating in a nationwide event or a
Mhm.
marathon called the Hakone Ekiden Marathon,
Mhm.
and it's a real thing. It's something that happens annually in Japan,
Mhm.
and it's pretty much like it's a marathon going from one city in Japan to another city in Japan for 5 days straight,
Mhm.
and it's interesting. It's a really it's a laid back series about running. To be honest with you.
I mean, there's not much you can get from it without turning it into a full blown like they're running and they're steaming shit, puffing off of them, trying to race and shit.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
it's
But
not that, then it's like like you said, super calm and follows. It's more of a character story than anything.
yeah, for real, it's really just a character story. It's just kind of like what's it like dudes doing fun things and just like hanging out and running and shit.
Hmm.
I can't necessarily explain it too well, but it's an experience gonna have to watch.
It's a nice little calm running circle jerk.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, and and in a way, this is sort of nostalgic for me in a sense because I used to like do cross country,
Hmm.
which is not comparable
I
to like
completely forgot that you used to
marathons.
do cross country.
Yeah, right. My fat ass actually ran, but like you can really it was because a lot of it's pretty it's down to earth to the whole running scene
Hmm.
of just people in the track club or something like that.
Right.
I mean, it's yeah, you're gonna have to watch it to experience it for yourself. But I'm enjoying it so far,
What
and
would you
the end.
compare it to?
Uh, a fair like for a fair comparison. Like let's see. In terms of sports, oh yeah, in terms of sports, I would recommend it similar to well, in terms of like what is it, the concentration around the sport itself.
Hmm.
It's similar to what Free does when it comes to like technicalities about the sport and around it, and detailing around it.
Hmm.
And but as far as the feeling goes,
Hmm.
um you're gonna have to give me a minute here because uh
Well, if it's like a calm kind of atmosphere, then and it's just kind of guys hanging out, but like are super dedicated about what they're doing.
yeah.
And I mean, I haven't watched it, but what is it? Fucking What's that one where they're making a manga?
Bakuman. Yeah,
Bakuman, yeah.
exactly like Bakuman. It's got that same kind of like character driven story like
Hmm.
Bakuman. So, because I mean, at first, because the funny thing is about the story of Run Like the Wind is that none of the guys actually knew about the marathon
Hmm.
until until Senpai Kun gathered everybody and
Hmm.
told them because apparently he tricked them into signing up and rooming in the dorm, which is technically the track team clubhouse.
Hmm.
But no one knew about that, and Senpai Kun has been trying to get like 10 members so that they can qualify to run in the marathon, and nobody
I
knew
got
up
you.
until they got the last member, which is our main character Kun.
So he didn't just go, "All right, you fat fucks, we're about to fucking sweat."
Yeah, exactly. He just like kind of gathered random people that liked running, and
Hmm.
just for the sole purpose of like having that school for uh, qualify for the marathon. And this is a university too. This is a university setting because the Ekiden, the marathon,
Hmm.
it's only participated amongst qualifying universities in Japan.
Hmm.
So I mean, it got me it got me learning something new about like a annual event that Japan does, which is actually pretty fascinating because it's a 5 day marathon that just it's like a bunch of schools racing each other pretty much, and it's like a
That's pretty
loop.
sweet.
So they start in one city, they go to like 5 or 6 different cities, and they come back to the starting city after the 5th day.
Hmm.
So it's really cool. So I would recommend it. Like I mean, if you want to, yeah. But I would recommend watching it just because it's a nice series to get in. It's a nice series to get into.
All right. I'd have to think about it if I was gonna ever watch it, because again, I got some good shit's got to be going on if it's just gonna be about one thing.
Right, exactly. But we've been going on for a while, guys. But before we go, um, there, for the Thanksgiving season, there's something we do want to talk to you guys about. Jerron, you wanna kickstart this off
Yeah,
with
we
the
wanted to
dormitory,
mention what?
the dormitory.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but yes, that was the main reason why we wanted to mention
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving. Um, give me a second to gather my thoughts. And so, as we know, anybody in the community is going to be pretty thankful for all the anime that come out on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, seasonal basis. But unfortunately, uh, what you may not know is that a lot of the animators and shit like that get paid dog shit and are effectively treated like slaves, and they have a hard time trying to make a living wages and shit like that. So, uh, in order to help, I guess, combat that, outside of literally like, you can always go to these people, like if you like a certain anime, you can probably find some kind of Patreon or something like that. But if you don't have a specific person that you want to help, then you can always then with this donation site that we found, this donation group called, let me pull them back up. Doot. Basically, what this donation site does is help fund um Japanese animators. It's called the Animator Dormitory Project, which is where they raise money to essentially give these people like a decent place to live so that they can focus on work instead of, you know, drawing and scrounging enough money to live, you know? And basically, like I said, the two main goals is to create an environment in which startup animators can focus on their work without desperately trying to make ends meet, and also provide a place where they can interact interact with each other and receive technical support. Recently, as of November 6th, they reached their first goal, which is housing 10 animators. I mean, I know that's small at the right now. They've only so far raised about $9,400. Their goal is to get oh wait, no, false. Their current total is $29,000. Um but with that, they've been able to, as of November 6th, house 10 animators in their first female dormitory, which is wonderful. Letting you know that they're making progress. We are planning on placing our own donations in, and we want to share this with you all. So just to give back to the people that that bring you joy on a daily basis.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, go on.
No, because I mean, we always say this, guys. You know, to support your creators, support the people that that give a lot of their time and effort to provide us with the content that we enjoy.
Right.
And these are one of the many ways you can like really support your creators. And there's no number or limit to how much you can support, but doing if you're just able to do just anything else, if you're able to do any kind of support, then that's more than grateful enough for like the animators for specifically, and anything else that could and potentially develop like this project as well from them.
Right.
So, I mean, for the project will be in the description, and hopefully you guys put in something just to really help each other out and everything.
Right. Um, Also wanted to note that some people do have like Crunchyroll subscriptions, Funimation subscriptions, and stuff like that. I can't say for Funimation since it's directly a publishing company, but Crunchyroll and Verve, unfortunately, while you are paying for the to watch anime as you should be,
Mm-hmm.
it's nowhere close to the same as actually buying the actual like CD or digital data to watch it. The money that you pay goes almost all of it goes to Crunchyroll or Verve or something like that. Again, I can't speak for Funimation because they're an actual publishing company, but things like that, Netflix and stuff like them and Netflix, unfortunately, don't that all that money does not get back to the animators, so it doesn't help as much. But this way, you can feel like you're giving a lot more back to who you're supporting. But again, if you want to find someone specific that you like, you're probably gonna have to go find their Patreon, or they definitely have some way to support them.
Exactly.
But this is more of a general idea if you just for more up and coming animators, because
So
those are the ones that that are really struggling.
yeah, for real. So if you guys wanna put it in donate, go right ahead. The link will be provided for you guys down below. And if you're for the rest of the time, uh, how are you guys? How are you guys been? We're always open to talk. We're always open to open for questions and all of that. Are you how what are you doing this season in terms of what anime you've watched or what are you dropping? So, where can they find us at? Jarron, if they wanna talk to us or even pick a fight with you.
If you want to pick a fight with me, find me IRL in the Walmart. But if you want to talk to us, get to know us, interact with us at all online, you can find us on our Facebook at Wanna Be Boo Cast on Facebook. If you want to find us on Twitter, you can find us at the WB Cast. Right? It's
Wait,
W.
wait, you mean
Yeah,
on
W.
Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter. Isn't it
No, Twitter.
WBA Cast?
No, no. Twitter is Wannabeeboo.
All right, at
Facebook is
Wannabeeboo on Twitter.
WBA Cast, I think.
No, it's Wannabeeboo Cast on Facebook.
Oh yeah, Facebook, and then it's just Wannabeeboo on Twitter.
Yeah, sorry if that's
Yeah.
confusing. The links will be on the description down below, and if you're only listening to it, you can still find our YouTube, which is also Wannabeeboo Cast. You can find us. You can listen to us on Google Play, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Listen Notes, and any other place that hosts an RSS feed or has picked us up as a podcast.
And as always, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading us. As of this recording, we are pretty much minuscule away from getting 900 total downloads. The moment we cross that threshold, I will let you guys know. But just in the Thanksgiving spirit, we want to just really thank you for your guys' support, for listening to a bunch of us wannabe-aboos.
Yeah.
And just, we're here. You're here for the ride, and we're here to give you that ride.
Well, we're here to give it to you good.
Yeah, I don't think I phrased that
good
properly.
and nasty.
But as always, guys, my name is Jomel Socorro.
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabeeboo podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.